Sentier de gloire, de la vie, sentier de gloire. Où nos enfants tentent, trouver, oublier, effacer une lumière dorée, brille sans fin tout au bout du chemin. Trouver, oublier, effacer une lumière dorée, brille sans fin.
Guys, hope you are doing well. I'm Kumar, your favorite DSA teacher. When it comes to solving hard unseen DSA problem, which requires lots of complex logic and intuition, okay, hard unseen DSA problems of online assessments, online tests of top tech companies, and competitive programming and coding contest problems. Today, I'm very happy. Think why I'm happy. I'm always happy when my students get selected. So, guys, if I go to the document, this document link will be there in the description of the video. Okay, many of you keep on asking me where is the material is in the description of the video. So guys, the first thing, congratulations to my student for cracking a great offer, very high paying offer off campus from Amazon. Okay, despite not being from a top tier college, she cracked it off campus. My student did it. Congratulations to Sukriti. She has been training very hard with us for DSA, OA, CP, one-to-one mentoring, referrals, everything combined. After 8 to 10 months of hard work, Sukriti has generated the offer. She was a beginner few months back, but now she is awesome at DSA, OA, CP, and she has offer from Amazon off campus. Similar to her, guys, 2 days back this happened, and then 5 days back another student of mine cracked off campus offer from Amazon. Like, there have been so many selections in so many companies, but in today's video I'm thinking of mentioning the Amazon one because it reminds me of my days when I got the Amazon offer a few years back. I was very happy. So Harini, congratulations for cracking off campus offer. She has worked hard since 10-15 months. I know her. I know her struggle. Then, guys, congratulations to Abhirami as well. She has also cracked a very great offer from Amazon. So, congratulations to her. Great job. Great job. So, like this, on a daily basis, we have many selections. Okay. Now, coming to my introduction, I have previously worked at Amazon and Mia.net as a software engineer. And coming to our love for DSA, I have All India Rank 12 in Google Code Jam 2021 and All India Rank 4 in the recent Facebook Hacker Cup. So, guys, if you want the best level DSA plus OA plus EB training in the country, you can join our one-to-one mentoring and personalized training program, where all the live classes are by me, and you get the one-to-one mentoring with me as well. Also, you'll get full stack development feature, system design training feature. You will get referrals of top 500 companies. Many things are there, and we have selections on a daily basis. So if you are interested, you can check the link in the description. We have special offer of New Year on the new batch which has been getting launched. Now, guys, today we are going to solve very interesting problem. Everything is making me so happy today. So hello guys, with the name of God, Ram Ram. We congratulate our student Kaustav Halder for cracking Apple, getting selected in Apple. We gave him daily live DSA plus OA plus CP training for more than 10 months, and he has generated this brilliant result. Really happy for student Kaustav there. So hello guys, with the name of God, Ram Ram. Always make God the center of your life. Then the true energy will flow in your life. Ram Ram. So guys, this problem was asked in off-campus online assessment of JUSPAY for SD1 role for a CTC of 28 lakhs. What happens generally in online assessment is that they ask you hard unseen questions, okay, which you have not seen before. They ask you hard unseen questions and they are story based questions, okay. So you have to decipher them. Once you understand the question, you have to apply your problem solving skills. Once you apply your problem solving skills, you will get the solution. But generally the students only do standard popular problems of popular DSA sheets, or easy standard problems of lead code GFG. Then they fail in the online assessments of the top tech companies and they are not able to get selected. So let's see how can we solve this problem of just pay online assessment, which is very important for us actually. Okay. So This problem's name is magical sequence transformation. What they're saying that you are given a string which consists of only x and y. So guys, you will be given any random string which only consists of x and y like this. See, any string like this will be given to you. What you have to do? You can choose any substring xy from this and convert it to yz, or you can choose any substring yx from this string and convert it to zy. You can either do this, or you can do the next one, next operation. You can do them as many times as you have some xy, occurrence of xy or occurrence of yx in the string. Convert them to yz or zy. Whenever you do this conversion, you get a score of 1. Whenever you do this conversion, you get a score of 1. Okay. So tell the maximum score possible. That's what JUSPAY is asking you. Solve this problem and get the interview of 28 lakh CTC. So how can we apply our brilliant problem solving skills to solve this problem? We will see that. So guys, the same thing has been written here also. If I scroll below, you can check that you are given a string consisting of only x and y. You can do the following operation and earn a score of 1. Either you turn any xy to yz, or you turn any yx to zy. Okay. Find the maximum possible score after doing operations optimally. So let's say x triple y x is given to us. Okay. X triple y x is given to us. I can make any xy to yz, and I can make any yx to zy. So what will I do here? Convert this xy to yz and convert this yx to zy. Again, now we have done total how many operations? 2 operations. So our score is 2, which is the maximum possible score. Okay. So a randomized approach might be coming in your mind that, sir, whenever I see xy, I will convert it to yz in the string, and whenever I see yx, I will convert it to zy in the string, and that will be my solution, sir. The amount of occurrences of x, y, and y z. But that does not work. That does not work so easily. Why? Because once you change x, y, na, this much part becomes yz, but this yz might merge with some other x, and again the operation can be done. So you need to be very thoughtful and careful. You need to have an outside view. You need to see what's happening on a grand scale to solve this particular problem. So what can we do, lovely student, is that let me tell you why your normal algorithm can fail. Okay. So your normal algorithm says that whenever there is an xy, sir, change it to yz, and whenever you see a yx, change it to zy. Okay, you travel the string. There is no xy here, no xy here, no xy. You see this xy here, right? You say that, sir, I will convert this xy to yz. Okay, sir. Okay, very good. And sir, my problem is solved. 1 is the answer. I could do one operation. You think that you can only convert this xy to yz, but that's not true. Let's see what happens now. When you convert it to yz, the string looks like this. Now a new xy has come. Earlier there was no xy here, but now because you converted this xy to this yz, a new xy has come. Now this xy can again become yz. Now the string looks like this. You are able to do 2 operations now. Earlier you were saying 1, now you can do 2 operations. One more xy has come here. Again you can convert that xy to yz. So x, y, z, this xy to yz, z, z. One more xy has come. See, earlier there was no xy in the first 2 characters, but once you change this xy to yz, this x and y comes up. Okay, it gives birth to that. This xy will again get converted to yz, z. Okay, so one operation here, two, three, four. Total 4 operations you are able to do in this particular case. So 4 is the answer. Okay, all the access you were able to vanish. Okay, nice. But guys, what to do to solve this problem now? anything can happen upon some changes. So how do we know what is the optimal order of doing the operations? You can pause the video for a 1 minute and try to do some examples, and then the creative juices will start flowing in your mind. Anyways, I will show you something. That something is that whenever the string is like this, na, the solution is nothing but all the occurrences of xy, because you know you can turn any xy to yz, right? So this will become yz, then this x and this y, so this will become again yz, right? So after two operations it's looking like this. Can you see what has happened after two operations? After two operations, if you try to see, you will see that the previous part of xxy has become yzz. Now as you keep on doing the operations, this y will go ahead and all other elements will become z. So finally the string will look like y z z z z z. How many times the z will come? Same as the number of x's, because you can see in the question xy always get converted to yz. So the y was one time here, y is one time here, so frequency of y will never change. Frequency of y will never change. The frequency of x will decrease by 1. X was coming one time, now x is coming 0 time, and z has been introduced. So whenever there are multiple x and a single y, the solution is pretty simple. What is the solution for this? This y will, after doing three operations, because there are three x, the y will go at the start, and these three x's will become z after you do three operations. So this is the first observation. You can make many strings where x are there in the start and only one y in the end. The solution will always be what? This one y will go in the start and all these x's will be replaced by z. So the number of x's is the maximum operations possible. Wow, brilliant. Now you can do the observation that if the string looks like x x x x x then y, after doing all the operations, this one y will travel forward like that. Okay, it will come here and rest of the x will become z. Wow, 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 wow. But guys, again, if all are y and one is x, then the y travel backwards. Okay, I will show you. You know, only two operations are possible, right? Xy, like yx can become zy, and xy can become yz. Now, if all the guys are like this, y, like this, okay, just enjoy. So what will happen is, after you do the operations now, if you keep on doing the operations again and again, like let's say all these y are there for you, okay, you see a yx, it becomes zy, zy. So this here also you can see what's happening. Okay, like let me paste the example like this. Let's say there was a single y and many x's at the back. Now it's clear, right? So let me make a small change here also, that after a single y na, there are, let's say, many x's. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so what will happen if after one y there are many x? Okay, so you know you have solved the case when there are many x and a single y. Now one y and then many x's. What will happen? Again the same thing procedure, yx zy. So this will become zy, but again you will see this y and x. So again this y and x will become zy. So this y will travel till the end. Now it will go backward. It will reach here and all these guys will become z. Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Y. So total how many operations it took you? 6 operations, which is the nothing but the frequency of x. So guys, what is the biggest observation? Obviously the answer after doing all this is 10 times z. So let me see if there is 10 times z. Oh, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So you can see that y has traveled backwards. So guys, what will be the maximum number of operations? Nothing but the frequency of x. So guys, the solution is very simple. If you are able to convert all x to y, then you can be sure that you have achieved maximum score. Guys, why am I saying this? See, in this whole string, let's say there are these many x, 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 then y, x, 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 then y, x, 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 then y, right? Right? The string is looking like this, right? How many x are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. 9x are there. If they can be converted to, no, xy can be converted to yz, and yx can be converted to zy. So you can see x always trying to become a y, x always trying to become a y, and y becomes z. Okay. So if you are able to convert all the 9x to 9y, your problem is done. 9 is the maximum operations possible. Guys, can you use your brain and tell me why you cannot do more than 9 operations in this? 9 is the maximum score. If you can achieve it. More than 9 you cannot do, because after 9 operations, what will happen? After 9 operations, the string will only have y and z. X will disappear. The frequency of x will become 0. If there is only y and z, you cannot do any operation. For doing an operation, x and y should be available, just touching each other like this, or y and x should be available. If you remove all the x, you cannot do any more operations. So greedily, you can say that I have to use all the x's. So guys, how can you be sure that you can use all the x's? In this case, you can imagine it like blocks of x, right? Blocks of x. A string is nothing but like this, a blocks of x and blocks of y. Blocks of y. So guys, the trick is each block of x can be solved by a block of y. So guys, this is the basic observation. Each block of x can be solved by a block of y. Each block of x can be solved by a block of y. So I will show it to you how it's working. There are 3 blocks of x, right? You can see the first block of x and the first block of y. They both can solve themselves. How? Because you know how to solve triple xy, right? Xy to yz. So triple xy, what it will become? If you apply a little bit logic, it will be y going ahead and z, z, z. So because it is y, z, z, now this part can never be used in operations again. Now guys, this x block and y block can again solve themselves. Triple x and y will get solved in what? Y will go ahead and z, z, z. This triple x and y can also be solved. Y will go ahead and z, z, z. So guys, you are able to convert all 9x to 9y. You have done the 9 operations. So guys, the problem is solved. For each block of x, you try to search if there is a block of y, and the problem is solved, guys. No matter what is the uh see, in this case also will get solved very easily. Why? You just want to solve the blocks of x, right? So you just find a block of y which is adjacent, but you cannot use that block again. Okay, be careful about that. So for this x, let's say I start using this particular y. Okay, so what will happen if you use that particular y for it? It's pretty simple, right? X x y, so it will become y double z. Okay. Okay. Now this double x is also there. Now what will you do for this double x? for this double x, you can either use this y block available or this y block available. If you use this y block available, this part will start looking like you only have to use one y out of that block, right? This part will start looking like this y will go ahead and y double z y, and this y here, and this z z y y y. So you achieved your task. But what you can do is this you can use this y also, right? So y x x, now y x gets converted to what? Z y. So this will become z y, z y x, and again y x will become what? Z y, z y. So double z y, y y, z z y y y. So either it can look like this or it can look like this, but at both the places both x's are getting extinguished. So hopefully you guys understood that whenever you see the blocks of x in the string, blocks of x in the string, you just need a single y either on the right hand side or on the left hand side to solve that block, and the problem will be solved. So guys, now the question comes, for each block of x, are you sure that there will always be a y available on the left hand side or right hand side? Just think about it. Just think about it. So hello guys, with the name of God Ram Ram, for our part 2, just focus here. Let's take this special example. Here you only have a single y and these all guys are x and these all guys are x. Now what will you do? So guys, now things become interesting. This y can either cater to the left block of x or it can cater to the right block of x. So which one will it cater? Why am I saying it can cater to only one block? Because xy can turn to yz and yx can turn to what? Zy. Once you have decided that you will do the operation on the right block, this has become zyx, and now these are the four x's. Now no operation can be done on these. Why no operation can be done on these? Because x are surrounded by z. Because x is surrounded by z, no operation can be done. Operation can only be done if it is xy or if something is looking like yx. So if you have a single occurrence of y, you have to be very mindful. Either you try to solve the left block of x or right block of x if you have only a single occurrence of y between the two blocks of x. So if I do only the right block, what will be the answer? These two x will become your zy, and this will become this. So in this string I had to use two operations, and if I use this y to solve the left block, it will become z. Okay, y will go ahead and the 4 times z here, y will go ahead 4 times z here, and then here is the x. So it takes 4 operations here. We want maximum number of operations because you want to maximize the score. 4 is the correct answer. So guys, the logic says that whenever situation like this occurs, what will you do, guys? You will always go with the maximum size block and you will ignore the small size block. Now guys, this only happens when all the y blocks are of size 1. If all the y blocks are of size 1, if any y block has a size of greater than equal to 2, now it can always solve all the x. In that case, the answer will be nothing but full frequency of x. Full frequency of x. Why? See, you take any string will look like what? Let's take the worst case where the number of x blocks are equal. String will have what? Some x and then some y, then some x, then some y, and then some x. This is the worst case possible. Why? Because here the x blocks are coming 3 times. 1 block, 2 block, 3 block. But y is only 2 times. So you will say that this y solves this x. Okay. This y will solve this x. Now who will solve this x? We are assuming that at least one block of y looks like this yy. Like at least one time it should happen in the string that yy is there. So let's assume yy is here. So one y you will use for this guy and one y you will use for this guy. So solved. So guys, if we make any type of string, okay, 2 times y, and let's say there are trillions, millions of x, single y, many x, okay, it can be easily solved. Why? For this y block, I will use one y, solve it, and this single y, I will use it and solve it. Done. Now let's take the worst case. X, okay, then y, then x, then y, then x, then y, then x, okay. Now we are saying that this is the x block, y block, x block, y block, x block, y block, x block, okay. Now here you cannot take all the x. Here you cannot select all the x. Why? Because, okay, let's say we follow the rule. What is the rule? That all the string will always look like this. There will be y block, x block, y block, x block, or it will start from x block, y block. If any of the y block, if any of the y block has at least 2y, then all x can be solved. So guys, here does any of the y block has 2y? No sir. So let me put a 2y here. Now all the x can be solved. Why? This y will solve all these x. This y will solve all these x. Now there are two x here, right? But because at least one block has two y's, this y will solve this x and this y will solve all these x. So hopefully guys you understood that the answer is question 2 is nothing but the frequency of x. Just count how many x are there. If there is at least a single occurrence of y, always remember that the number of blocks of y will always be somewhere somewhat equal to the number of blocks of x. Either it will be, either this will happen, or the number of blocks of y plus 1 will be equal to number of blocks of x, or number of blocks of y will be equal to number of blocks of x plus 1. So adjacent situation, we can handle all kind of situation. If they are already equal, then no need to worry. But guys, that leaves us with a special case. Special case is where all the y blocks are of single size. You need to be careful, like when the y blocks are there but y is only coming one time. So this particular example, right, x y x y x y x. Now guys, what is happening here? X 1 2 3 4, x block is coming 4 times, y block is coming 3 times. So y can only help 3x blocks. So which one should it help? This, because all the y is coming single time only, so it can only give you single contribution to single x block. If any of the y block had 2 y's, then our full problem would be solved so easily. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So let's be careful here. You will say, sir, this y will solve this x block. Okay, this got solved. Let's cut it out. You will say, sir, this y block will solve this x. Okay, let's say you solved it. Now there is one y you have to choose. You will choose 2x or a single x. You will choose 2x. You will ignore the smaller part. You remember we discussed earlier, so the operations can be maximized. So guys, the solution is that when all the y blocks are coming having the frequency of y as only as 1, then you choose all the x but ignore the block of x with the smallest size. That's it. That's the solution. Okay, all block of x, all block of x can be converted except the block of x with smallest size. So guys, you can solve this. This is simple. You can just implement it, right? Travel the string, check is there any occurrence of y. If yes, frequency of x is the answer. If all the y's are coming one time, then calculate the size of each block of x. Okay, you can do it in O of n time. Okay, and O of one space actually. Just calculate the size of each block and find the size of the minimum block. So the answer will be frequency of x minus the minimum block size of x, because that block cannot be solved. Okay, so Ram Ram, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Okay, God is very important. Ram Ram.